Hey everyone, my name is Chloe, and today I'm here to give you my TBR for Sarah and Lindsay's Summertime Bingo. So if you have not seen my video of two challenges that I'm doing this summer, one of them is Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand and Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library. They do Booklist Thursday, and they have decided to make a summertime bingo with like different things to do and different prompts of books to read and all of that, just to do throughout June, July, and August. And I love it. They have said like just whatever, make the prompts work for you, do whatever. You can double up, you can triple up, you can do whatever. It's just to have fun. Like there's no police, whatever. But I'm going for a blackout and I'm trying not to double up because it's 3 months. It's not that many prompts and I plan to vlog it. So yikes. I'm not going to be reading these like consecutively. So I don't know, like don't hold me to the vlog situation because I feel like it's already a cluster in my head, but, I want to vlog it and I want to tell you my TBR because I'm really excited about some of these books. So let's just get into the prompts. I will link down below the Google Drive that has the bingo board as well as some other information on it. So if you want to participate, you definitely can. And let's just get into it. So first is a 5-star prediction. So I'm going to do The Fire Between High and Low by Brittainy C. Cherry. So also, like, if I need to double up, I totally can because this could be a favorite author, which is a prompt later. There's other things this could be. This is a special edition cover, and I love it so much. But this book is a grumpy sunshine romance. He's super grumpy. She's Miss Sunshine, but he has, like, a dark side, and for some reason, he throws away their relationship, and she, like, I don't know why, but she is remembering this time she loved this guy. And most of her books have like dual timeline between like when they're teenagers and when they're adults. I don't know if this one does, but it kind of hints that it does. And I love that. Like this is maybe one of my favorite tropes, the first love, second chance. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but all of her books are really emotional romances that like, I just did a video, I think, where I said, I'm not that into romance lately, but if they're like hard hitting, might make me cry, then I am. And I just am a Brittainy Cherry, she's dropped the C, but Brittainy Cherry fangirl. And so I think I'm going to love this one. This is a part of her Elements series, but you don't need to read those in order. They're all different characters. The only reason they're like in a series is because they're all different. The titles all have different elements in the title. So you don't need to read them in order. I think this is maybe number 2. Next is a backlist book. So I could read like anything for this, but I picked A Mother's Promise by K.D. Alden. And this is one that I think is so interesting. So this is about this woman, I think her name is Ruth Ann, maybe. All she wants is like a family, but she finds herself pregnant and unwed. And so she gets sent off. It's like 1927, I think. And so she gets sent off to this place to have her baby, and her baby is given away. And there is like people wanting to sterilize her and take away her right to have kids because they call her feeble-minded, etc. And she fights back. And so I'm really excited to see what this is about. Next is a book with stars on the cover. So I'm going to be reading A Part of Your World by Jimenez. So this is not my book of the month choice, but I got this at not our library book sale, but like the book sale that's always going on in our library, the little Friends of the Library bookstore, for $2. It is a brand new book of the month, pristine copy. And so this one is, again, a romance. And I wasn't like super interested in it, but now I keep hearing people talk about it. And so I really want to read this. And this is about a city girl who she is a doctor and her family wants her to be a surgeon. Like they're not even content with her being a doctor. And she lives this city life, just kind of high pace, fast paced. And she meets this guy who is 10 years younger. He's a carpenter. He's kind of a country guy and lives maybe a slower life. And they have a lot of chemistry and they really connect. But how do they make their worlds mesh? I don't know. So we'll see. This could also count as one of their favorites. I think it's Lindsay's favorite. She loves Jimenez. And I don't know that I've read much from her. So we'll see. This could count for multiple prompts, but for now we'll do stars on the cover. Next is a recommendation from a favorite creator. So I'm going to be reading Sweetbriar Cottage by Denise Hunter. So this is on Goodreads. It is labeled as book 0 in the Blue Ridge series by Denise Hunter. And this book specifically was not recommended, but Nicole from Girly Girl Bookworm loves Denise Hunter. So that's my recommendation. This one is about a couple who thought they were divorced, but they just got letters, like notice from the IRS that their divorce was never final. And so when they got divorced, he moved to like be a horse rancher or something, like way away, kind of in this rural area far from his ex-wife. And now she has to come to him to finalize the paperwork. And when that happens, something happens and they get stranded together, and a lot of old stuff starts to come back up, and maybe there's some unfinished business. And it sounds like she then is finally vulnerable with him. And so maybe they rekindle things. I don't really know. I don't know. I have read Denise Hunter and I like her. So I'm excited to start this series. Next is a new to you author. So I'm going to be reading The Other People by CJ Tudor. So if you can see, I just got this for $3 at Half Price Books lately. But this is a book, a thriller about, gosh, the glare is terrible, about this man who's driving home one night and sees a little girl in the back of a car, and it's his daughter, and she's saying daddy. And then she is presumed dead, taken, and he spends his life trying, like the next years, trying to find her. And he runs into this group called The Other People. And The Other People are kind of a support system, I think, for people who have lost people, because they understand, but they also want everybody else to understand. So I think they're maybe after revenge, and I don't know. And I think there may also be the storyline of a woman and her daughter, like, who know what happened to his daughter, and they're kind of running. I don't really know. The back says a lot, and I'm not sure what else is going on, but I've heard really good things about CJ Tudor and this book specifically, so I'm excited to try it. Next is a book with a summer buzzword in the title. So I'm going to be reading The Beach House, because beach is a summer word, by Jane Green. So this is about a 65-year-old woman who is just living life. Like, it says she's not against like skinny dipping in her neighbor's pools and that kind of stuff. And she's just living her best life. And then she starts to realize like money is running out. And so she starts renting out rooms in her house. And I think she finds new friends and stuff, but then I think somebody maybe from her past comes. I don't know. It sounds fun. Jane Green could also be for one of my favorite author prompts, because she writes women's fiction in a way that is just so like such chick-litty, fun, easy. Like, you know what you get when you're getting a Jane Green. She's a British author, so there's probably some British humor, and I just really like her. Next is a 2022 release. So I'm going to be reading The Dinner Guest by Kiersten Modglin. I have heard so much praise for this author, especially for her book, The Arrangements. And I recently just read my first one of hers, and I loathed it. I think I gave it 2 stars. And since then, I'm seeing like mixed reviews for some of her books. I still keep hearing praises for The Arrangement, but I haven't heard such great things about this one. So this is a new release, and the back says 6 friends, a lifetime of secrets, 1 terrifying game. So it's like they're all invited to this like dinner theater that maybe is real. And it says like 6 friends go in, will 6 friends come out? I don't know. So I'm going to give her another shot. She always writes really short thrillers, which is great because it makes me feel like accomplished and it's easy to get through. But I wonder if it'll be good. I don't know. We'll see. This is my second chance with Kiersten Modglin. I normally give authors 2 or 3 before I'm like, this is not the author for me. So hopefully she's not just a one-hit wonder. Let me know your thoughts if you've read her. Next is a nonfiction book, and this is one I've already read in the month of June, and that is Ain't That a Mother by Adiba Nelson. So this book is so good. It is about a woman she's an author. It's a memoir, and she's an author and an activist for cerebral palsy. Her daughter has cerebral palsy. And this book is just kind of her story of dating and trying to break like generational trends and trying to advocate for her daughter and what it's like to be a Black woman in America and what it's like to have a daughter with disabilities. And she narrates the audiobook herself. So if you have access to it, I would definitely do that, because there are times where you can hear the emotion in her voice. And it had me super emotional. And there are also times where you're laughing because she's hilarious. And I really love this book. And so I would recommend it as a nonfiction, but that's what I read it for this prompt. Then we've got a book from your favorite genre. So I would say my favorite genres are mystery thriller and women's fiction, but I chose Angry Housewives Eating Bonbons. This is by Lorna Landvik. So this could also be a new to me author, because I don't think I've ever read her. Maybe I have, but this is a group of women who are just this club. I think it's 5 women in the neighborhood. Maybe they're all housewives, all different ages. And yeah, I just love women's fiction. And this just sounds like my cup of tea, like angry housewives eating bonbons. That just sounds funny to me. So hopefully this is a good mix of like funny, drama, female friendship. I don't know. Looks very summery too. Next is a book with water on the cover. So I'm going to be reading Winter in Paradise by Elin Hildebrand. So this is the first in her, I think it's called Winter in Paradise series. And this is about a woman who gets a phone call that her husband was found dead on St. John. And so she goes down there, I think it's St. John, but she goes down there and finds out he has like a whole second family. And so I know this is like some drama. There's 3 books in the series. So I'm going to read the first one and see what I think. This is a tiny little, it's like not mass market because it's wider than a mass market, but I have 1 and 2 in like, and then the other one's like a full regular trade paperback, and that annoys me. So if I really like it, I may buy the series like matching because I don't have the trilogy yet. So we'll see. I got these from also that library bookstore, so they were like $1.50 or $2 each. So I may replace them if I really like this. Next is a book with 3 or more colors, I think, on the cover, and I'm going to be reading Stay Awake by Megan Goldin. So I have not read Megan Goldin, I don't think, but I've heard so much good stuff about her. So this is about a woman who goes to her apartment, I think, and somebody else answers her door, and things are just like a lot different than she thinks. So she goes to like get her cell phone to call somebody for help, and there's a bloody knife instead of like her cell phone. And she has no memory of the last 2 years. And so she doesn't know, like, is she guilty of a crime? What happened? What is going on? And she has the Stay Awake is written all over her skin. And she like hears about this crime that was committed with similar ink and that kind of stuff. So she doesn't know if she was a part of it. She doesn't know why she doesn't remember the past 2 years. She doesn't know like what world she's living in. And so sounds crazy. Next is a book that's been adapted. So I'm going to be reading A Dog's Journey. And this is number 2 in, it's like a series. The first one's A Dog's Purpose. And that one was adapted in like 2017, and then this one in 2019. And these books are told from the perspective of the dog, and they're super sweet. I read the first one and really liked it, and then this one is about a dog who comes back to life, and he is the companion to like a troubled teenage girl, but then something happens and they get separated, and I just love this. And we currently do not have a dog. Our dog died about a year ago, and just in the craziness of having little tiny kids and having new babies and stuff, we have not gotten another dog. But you guys, there is like a huge hole in my heart where my dog goes, and I want another dog so much, even though I know it would stress me out. So hopefully just like reading about this sweet dog will hopefully not give me more doggy fever, because we don't need a dog right now, but they're so great. Next is a book by one of Sarah or Lindsay's favorite authors. So like I said, the Abby Jimenez could count, but instead I'm going to be reading Handle with Care by Jodi Picoult. This is another one of Lindsay's for sure, I think, favorites. Jodi is, and I love Jodi too. She always writes kind of chunkers, but they're always so good. So this is a book about a little girl who was born with, let me see, I wrote it down, osteogenesis imperfecta, and I don't know anything about that, but I guarantee Jodi will probably educate me. But I know that like she is going to suffer many broken bones and lots of pain throughout her life. And so I think the book is actually told from her parents, Charlotte and Sean. And I know there's a lot of like what ifs. What if it wouldn't have happened? What if they would have known earlier, et cetera, et cetera. And it says in the back, what constitutes a valuable life? So Jodi always has this way of like making you think about things and making you like not like question what the obvious answer is and question what you would do in a certain situation. And I have no doubt she will do this again. And this could also be a 5-star prediction because I love Jodi. This could be a favorite author of mine, a favorite genre of mine, because I would say this is like hard-hitting women's fiction, maybe. I don't know what you would call her, but I am really excited about this. Next is one of your favorite authors, so that could count for that or many others, but I'm going to be doing Someone We Know by Shari Lapena. I love her. I really have liked her books. And this one is about a teenage boy who is like breaking into the houses in the neighborhood, and he's like going on people's computers and I think everyone in the neighborhood has stuff to hide, and so like anonymous letters start showing up, and then someone is killed and we don't know who did it, and I don't know, it just sounds like a lot of secrets. And like I said, I really like Shari Lapena's thrillers, and this one seems pretty short. I think it's under 300 pages, and like they're pretty wide margins and like spacing and stuff. So this should be a quick one. Next is a book with book or list in the title. So I'm going to be reading the Rejected Writers Book Club. So this is about a group of women who have all had like rejected manuscripts and stuff. And they're just like in Washington, living their life, drinking tea, having cake, talking about all their rejections. And then something happens and they go to San Francisco to confront a publisher. And I think they encounter a lot of secrets along the way. And I don't really know. Again, you could see, like, especially in the summer, I really just want this fun, light, like, female friendship, women's fiction. So I'm reading a lot of that. Then last is a book with flowers on the cover. And I'm going to be reading The Bodyguard by Katherine. So this is an arc that comes out in July, and this is about a female bodyguard who is hired to watch over this male actor who has a stalker. And he wants to go back to like be with his family and stuff, but he doesn't want his family to know about the stalker or the bodyguard because, you know, that would kind of tip them off that things are a little not safe. And so they pretend to fake date. And it just sounds super fun. Like, I really like the gender flip of her being the bodyguard. I really like Katherine, and I just feel like this will be a really fun book. So those are all of the bookish prompts that I'm going to be reading for the Summer Bingo Challenge by Sarah and Lindsay. Like I said, I will link both of them down below, as well as the Google Drive, in case you want to participate. And if you do, let me know what you're going to be reading. Let me know if you've read any of these books, if there's any I should prioritize, and let me know if you want to see a vlog, knowing it might be a little bit messy because it'll probably stretch over the whole next month or two. So it'll kind of be random clips of me like in and out as I read these books. So let me know what you think, and we'll talk to you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.